How you doing, guys? Welcome back. Today I wanted to do a quick video on this Studio Series 86 Exo-Suit Spike Witwicky. I initially wasn't planning on getting this. I'm not too fond of the face here, but this was on sale on Amazon for like $8, and I had some credit, so I ended up paying zero for this guy, or $8. So I figure why not? For $8, I'll bite the bullet and get this guy. Interesting packaging. He was so small. He came in a bubble mailer. Amazon. I mean, I don't really care too much. There is no plastic, so that's that. So we'll take this guy out of the packaging and see what he looks like. I can already tell you I don't like his face. He looks very empty and scary and lifeless. But we'll see how the exosuit portion works out with this guy. He looks really cool back here in this post, though. So there's a box. Really cool artwork there. I wish they had given him some detailing on the face. I know it's hard, but such a small scale. But anyway, for $8, I guess you can't really complain too much. But we'll open this guy up and we'll go through the review. Okay, guys, so here is Spike in his exosuit out of the box. Finally had a chance to take this guy out. In addition to this figure, you do get the instructions here. This guy's not too complicated to transform, but you do get those, and it shows you all the different steps. Cool stuff there. You also get these two little cool, I guess, flame effects. And those essentially can go back here in these arms. You can put them in like that on both sides. Also, when he's in this little car mode, they kind of look like rocket propelling him. So that's really cool that they included that. As far as the figure itself, you know what? I was expecting to hate this guy. One thing that I'm not too crazy about definitely is that face with no expression, not even some painted eyes or anything. I guess perhaps at this scale, probably would have added cost, and I don't know how good or how much of a detail can you get on such a small face. But yeah, I don't like that face at all. But you know what? The exosuit itself, the way it looks, it's pretty cool looking. I like the um, proportions of this guy. Definitely much better than the Daniel in exosuit that we got with what was it, Slag or Slug now, as he's known. But pretty cool. I mean, other than the crappy face, I will say I do like this robot mode, or the exosuit mode. You do get articulation here on the shoulders. There's also elbow, and this is part of the transformation, but the arms also do pivot the other way, and you can do that on both sides. There is no waist, so you can't turn the waist. The legs do, however, turn. Again, that's part of the transformation. You can bend his leg 90 degrees. A really cool figure. No ankle pivot or anything, I guess, at this scale, at this size. I guess this is legend scale. But I'm actually pretty surprised with this one. I think other than the crappy face that I don't like, I do think the proportions do work. I think he scales really well with a lot of the other figures from the 86 movie line. And, paint-wise, I think it's done really well for a figure, this size. You see the yellow there on the chest. It's some of the red accents. Really cool. The wheels go all the way back here. Some hollowness on the back, but I don't mind that so much. There's some nice backpack detail. Pretty cool part of this is, if you guys notice this tabs here, it moves left and right. That's to actually move the creepy head. And you can make him look left and right, which is actually pretty cool. But overall, you know what? I'm actually pretty happy with the way this looks overall. I'm, again, not crazy about the head, but I think when you take the whole figure as a whole and put it together with the other 86 and Kingdom, etc. figures, I think they've done a really Good job. I think it also helps that I got him on sale via Amazon. I think it was only $8 and I had some credit, so technically I paid nothing for this guy. Um, but really cool. Not too bad. I don't think I would have paid the 12 or $13 that this thing normally goes for, or maybe even 15. But it's cool that I got him pretty cheap on Amazon, and but there you go. So nothing too crazy transformation wise. I guess the place where you could start is the head here. You just kind of take the whole head and cover that so his face is covered. The next thing to do would be on the arms here on both sides. Essentially, uh, this part's going to become the part that goes facing down. So you want these wheels to sort of face this way. The next thing to do is then to pivot this section like that, and then sorry about that, I'm having a bit of a issue here. And so you pivot this down and then turn the arm so that it looks like that. These fist sections, you're going to make them face forward, and essentially it's going to look like that. And same thing here. You're going to make this wheel face down like that. Then we are going to then turn that way and like that. And like I said, this fist section goes this way, and you're kind of already halfway there. The next thing to do is with the legs. You're kind of just going to take each leg and turn it facing the other way so that they're facing essentially the back part, because now this is the chest. When the legs are done doing that, then essentially you're just going to take that and move it so that it clicks in place and it looks like that. Do the same thing here. You're gonna take that, move it so that it clicks. Once it clicks into place, you're just gonna tab those in together. And the arms themselves do have this part here. It's gonna just sit here in this section, so that would sit here, and you're just going to make sure that it doesn't tab or anything, but it's just a part that it sits in place. Same thing here, and you're pretty much done. This is, I guess, the little car slash buggy mode that you see in the movie. But granted, you see Daniel transform into this. I don't recall seeing Spike transforming into this, but I guess unless I'm just misremembering, but it's possible. It's been such a long time, but I'm not crazy about this mode. I mean, I'm gonna keep this guy in the Exo-Suit mode. He does roll. His head's kind of just hanging in there, which is, I think that's what it looked like in the animation. Again, he does roll, but it's just pretty much he's laying down and his arms are facing backwards. The flame effects here, you can attach here to the back of the arms here, and essentially it gives you the whole, some kind of afterburner effect. Again, I'm not crazy about this mode, but hey, that's your thing. There you go. That's a thing that can be done. Pretty cool. Again, the transformation is not too involved. You can pretty much just take this guy and put him right back to the way he belongs fairly quickly, which I guess it's a good thing. I won't be messing with this guy. Like I said, I'll keep him in his Exo-Suit mode. But as you guys could see, it's not a complicated transformation at all. And there he is back. I do definitely like this mode. I'm not crazy about that vehicle mode that you guys just saw him in. But yeah, so there is a Spike in his Exo-Suit. You can pose him certain ways, maybe not too much, because you can make him look a certain way. But again, it looks really cool. I do like it. As far as size comparisons, I guess the first thing we can compare him to is here's the Netflix Bumblebee. And again, I think this is where this figure shines because he goes really well size-wise with these Studio Series and the Kingdom and Earthrise and War for Cybertron line. He fits in very well with them. So there he is up next to Bumblebee. So we'll put Bumblebee aside. The next thing here he is next to RC. This is Earthrise RC. I know she was also part of the Kingdom line, just a repackaging, but there you go. Again, size-wise, he pairs up pretty well with these figures. So we'll put RC aside. Here is a more recent figure that I got. Here's Perceptor. And again, I think definitely the scale there works pretty well. You guys could see them there together. They fit in really well. The other figure that I have here is the hopefully I can get this guy to stand. Here's the wheelie that came with Grimlock, the Studio Series 86 Grimlock. Obviously, this was like a figure that came with that toy, and it wasn't really anything that transforms. It has no articulation on the knees, so you can't really stand him up. But I think if you were to stand up this guy, he would be just about the same height as Spike here. There you go. So that's them. And then the other little guy that I have is actually Daniel in his Exo-Suit. And this is the one that came with Slag, or Slug, as he's known now. And it's pretty much the same figure as Wheelie over here, just, in a different pose. The suit's pretty similar, although, it takes the same cues, not as much detail. Obviously, this guy's lacking a whole head, or his face rather. The arms don't really move. They just have on a ball joint here. But I guess if you could want to pair them up, that's something you could do. So there's the three little guys that I have. And then just as a bonus, I did happen to have, I think this is MP45 out on my desk. So if that's a thing you're interested in, you could also pair him up. Here's the other Bumblebee. I think, this is a masterpiece toy, so obviously no comparison wise, but I think that scale could work. So, if that's your thing, why not? But, yeah, as far as this Spike, I say if you got him for $8 on Amazon, great. I think he's definitely worth that. Maybe 12, but obviously at that price point, don't look for anything that's gonna knock your socks off. I do end up, it ended up that I like the proportions and I like the figure itself. I think it's a nice representation of what was there. The face, or the lack of a face, does suck though. But again, nothing much else to say. Really cool figure, really cool toy. I think it'll go well with the Studio Series 86 figures. You guys could see them there together. Next to RC, Perceptor, and here is next to Bumblebee. But there you go. You guys have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. Hopefully you found this helpful. Thank you again for your very valuable time. I hope you have a great day, and be safe out there. Take care.